internet. I didn't expect to see you here. That's a classic joke.
Hello.
Not before we get started. First thing I want to say here today, other than that nonsense, is how incredibly grateful and stoked we are that we are at 25 weeks of gestation with the little fetus that's growing inside of me.
Little bub.
Before we talk about the things that have been really, really, really challenging about the past month.
Yeah, we thought we'd just jump on and do a quick little hello and update just because we haven't done that for a while.
We haven't done that for a month.
Yeah.
And it's Valentine's Day today while we're doing this. And like, I don't know, making a baby is probably like one of the most romantic things we've done.
It makes sense.
I guess. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us. There's a little bit of a family reunion happening in the chat, which is so beautiful. We're going to, talk through some of the stuff that has been challenging, but also some of the stuff that we have found really, really helpful through those challenges. Super happy to report that the baby is doing really, really well and growing well. And there's been no major dramas.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And it's mainly been because it's been sort of physical stuff for Claire that she's experienced. Obviously, it'll probably be Claire doing most of the discussion in this video, just because it's sort of your body that it's all happening to. And then I get to chat to the other sides of things, which is also important, of course. But do you want to start with just saying how's it been for you? How would you, in a word? Oh, how's that? That's rough. In a word, how would you?
In one word,
maybe two words. They don't have to be connected in a sentence. Just 2 words that describe the last month for you. What a horrible challenge.
Grateful.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't one of the words.
No.
Grateful. Shit.
I thought you were going to go with painful, but all right. Uncomfortable or something.
Yeah. Grateful. I feel very grateful, and I also feel pretty bad.
Yeah.
But
do you want to talk us through some of the main things like that you've experienced?
Yeah. So I had for people who haven't watched our channel before, we've been sharing and are going to continue to share our IVF journey and our pregnancy journey and how that has been as a same-sex couple. So we got through. I feel like in our last video we were talking about how the shortened cervix situation, and the medication that I was on that made me like have a little bit of a mental health episode, I think. That was really full on, but that has corrected itself, which is totally incredible and amazing. But I've had lots of scans and I'm still on this medication that is not, I'm on a type of progesterone. We have just had pizza and also some bubbly water, and I want to burp so badly right now.
Can you mute the microphone and
I could. I feel it like creeping up in my throat.
Do it.
It might happen, but you know what? I'm pregnant. I'll do what I want. I'm still on progesterone, and that apparently, and I will be for the vast majority of this pregnancy up until 36 weeks, I think, which I think is just when they go, like, that's kind of cool for the baby to come out now. My mum's encouraging me in the chat to burp. So that's very sweet.
It is? Okay.
I think so. But the side effects of the progesterone, that some of the discomfort that typically you could expect in pregnancy is worse, I think. Like things are
amplified maybe.
Yeah, things are sped up. I mean, I'm sure I'm not having, like, I've been so lucky so far, like didn't have any morning sickness, like most stuff has been awesome, but I have had like coccyx pain since about week 10 and we're at week 25. So,
and is the back locking up part of that? Yeah. So Claire's back has like locked up a few, like sort of spasmed and then locked up.
Yeah,
which has been.
And then because of the cervix stuff, I wasn't able to do a lot of the stuff that I had planned to do, because they told me don't do anything that's physically anything.
Overwhelming or distressing.
And so I wasn't able to go to prenatal yoga and wasn't able to go to aqua aerobics, and those things I have been able to do for like the past month. So that has been amazing. And also just like reconnecting or connecting, because I'd only been going for 1 week before they were like, you can't do any of that stuff again anymore. So going and like connecting with other pregnant people, I think has been one of the most helpful, beautiful, wonderful things for like coping with some of the challenges.
Absolutely. When you come back from any of the classes that you go to or support, like community groups and things like that you've just talked about, prenatal yoga and the aqua
aerobics.
I always call it aqua bubs.
It's called, this particular class that I attend is called aqua bumps.
And I say bubs, but and and various other things. You come home so like lit up, and Claire will say these stories of like, such and such said this, and then this person had this to say, and blah, blah, blah. And it's such a it just seems like such a lovely community. You're all experiencing this, the same thing, but everyone's experiencing it differently, and you're always so like,
it's just beautiful
when you come home from
and I guess that's like connecting with other people who are having a similar experience to what you're having is always, I think, a really healthy, helpful, beautiful thing. And also like getting to move your body in a way that you can be pretty assured is safe and good. But then also the like, Jennifer's here. Good morning. Wakey. Good morning. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just excited to see Jennifer.
She's excited.
So that has been some of the stuff that has been super challenging, has just been the physical stuff. And then also, this is the other thing. And like, okay. Because of
you're doing good.
Because of connecting with the people and particularly the teacher at yoga, she has then been able to recommend, like, so I was having massive back pain like a couple of weeks ago, and I was just like, I don't know what to do, because you look up like who can you go and see that specializes in like pregnant people, because it's a super complex thing, of course, that's happening, and you don't want to do stuff that's gonna hurt your baby or yourself anymore or whatever, and being on this medication and stuff. You want someone who actually really specializes in pregnancy. And so the yoga teacher, who has been a midwife for like 1,000 years, she was able to recommend like a really wonderful chiropractor, and that's been amazing. And then the chiropractor told me about this network. I want to show, this is a website that I want to show people because it's global, and some of the stuff that I'm saying is very like local, specific to Adelaide, like, and if anyone is in Adelaide and you want to know about these classes that I'm talking about, please like get in touch with us, because I'd love to share, because it's been so helpful for me. But this chiropractor and also the yoga instructor are both part of a network called Spinning Babies. And this is so there's this website, Spinning Babies. Check it out. I will link it in the description. it isn't in there at the moment because, yes, pregnancy brain is real. But yeah, so there's Spinning Babies is like all about helping people to have a really empowered birth, and also empowered pregnancy. So on that website, I'm just going to there's so much to navigate on here, which is amazing because there's all of these beautiful practitioners who specialize in birth things, pregnancy and birth. But one of the best things is like this pregnancy week by week.
Is this like screen sharing right now?
Yeah, I'm screen sharing.
Fantastic.
I know. How good is it?
Good job.
So
just making sure as well.
It's like it's really holistic because there's like stuff about diet, so you can jump into like I'm in the second trimester. So trimester?
I know, I heard that.
I'm in the second trimester. Right. Yeah. I'm managing the middle months. That's right. And you can go to your the specific week that you're up to. We're nearly in the third trimester. I mean,
I was so confused.
Trimester.
I was so confused. I was like, wait, where's all the rest of the weeks? We're not due in like a week.
No, we're not.
We're in the second trimester. Then
we're in the
third trimester.
We're in the second trimester, then.
Trimester.
And it gives you like there's a whole bunch of information, but this is like activities of the week.
You get to point to your fingernail.
Yeah, you can point to your fingernail if you want.
Yeah.
It tells you about like what your baby's up to this week, which is
fun little
pretty cool.
picture.
There's our baby playing with its feet, so that's good. And then there's like stuff that's going to be helpful for you. There's other pages in here that go into more detail about stuff,
about
stuff and things. But it's such a good resource, and I found it really helpful. That's right.
Sorry, our plan was for me to not look at the
trimester,
the comment thing, because I always start giggling and I get distracted easily. And both, Jennifer, your comments have cracked me up both times. That's great.
Brilliant. Yeah, so that's been really, really helpful.
And Dylan.
Spinning Babies, Dylan, brilliant brother, love him. Yes, he also said trimester.
You did. You both said
very
it.
Good.
Yeah.
Trimester. The other thing that's been super full on for me, because I have like a little bit of anxiety that I live with on like just in general life. So getting pregnant and being pregnant was always probably going to be a little bit like scary at times for me. I'm sure it probably is for most people, but yeah, having just a little sprinkling of anxiety, definitely, probably, I don't know.
We imagine it sort of.
We imagine it heightens things,
exacerbates things sometimes, yeah.
But of course, so I have what is it called? An anterior placenta. So that means it's like on the front, as opposed to on the back of the uterus. It's still a totally safe place for it to be. It's still fine. It's not like covering the cervix or anything, which can cause more complications. But what it does mean is that it can be really hard sometimes to feel the baby kicking and moving. So I've had like a lot. I was feeling the baby heaps for the first time last week and like seeing it moving and stuff, and I was like, wow, this is so cool.
And I was like holding Claire's belly and talking and singing, and as you do, and this baby was just booting around, just like, just thumping around in Claire,
kicking Nina in the face.
Yeah, it was great.
And I was like, I'm so jealous that I'm not going to feel the baby kicking my face.
Goodness.
Silly.
But then it sort of petered off a bit.
Yeah.
For you and for both of us, but obviously you're the one feeling it, firsthand sort of thing.
Yeah. And I was told I had an appointment with my obstetrician and midwife last week, and they told me that like, just if you stop feeling movement, go to the hospital. But it's when you kind of not sure if you're really feeling it anyway, and you've got like the placenta on the front. Here's the burp.
I'm just doing it. Okay, fair enough. That's very civilized.
Thank you.
Oh, and hello, Marianne.
Oh, Marianne, hello. So nice to have you here. How beautiful. Yeah, like I was just like, oh gosh, this is so. We went to go to the hospital the other night because I was not feeling the baby
Saturday
moving.
night. Yeah.
On Saturday night. So what's that? 4 nights ago. And I was freaking out. I was having a massive cry on the couch, imagining all of the worst possible scenarios. And we were just like, okay, let's just go to the hospital because that's heaps better than not sleeping. And also at that appointment, the midwife said to me, like, at this stage, there's a very good chance the baby could do well on the outside, which is wild to think. Like, it's so incredible how far medicine has come, because that wouldn't have been the case like not super long ago. And yeah, so like if there is a problem, they can do something about it. So don't not go to the hospital. So like we got ourselves ready to go to the hospital, and I was in the car.
We turned down like 2 streets, and then our street and the next street, and then pulled over. There was something you had to do. I can't remember. Maybe you just said, oh, let's just wait 1 minute. I just want to have a moment.
No, we were waiting to see. We have a camera on Poppy, our puppy.
Oh, what was the deal?
She's 7 months old. So we were
That's
like,
what you needed to see.
because she was like
maybe
freaking out when we were leaving.
And maybe because, tensions were high for us. Poppy was sort of feeding off of that. So
yeah, and she was like, "Where are you going?" So we had a camera on her, and I was like, let's see, like, let's just have a look at how she's going. So we pulled over and we were watching her, and then there was just like boot, boot, boot inside of me. I was like, oh, that is classic. And I feel like potentially a sign of what our baby's going to be like.
That's great.
Stressing me out.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been it has been interesting because it's sort of, and I often will say to Claire, like, I'm sure everything's fine, and try to sort of talk us both through it, and so will Claire try to, she's not running around losing her mind and stressing out. It's just that you just often, like in the last few days, you've just sort of said, do you think it's okay? I'm not sure, I think it's probably fine. You're sort of trying to de-escalate yourself as well. And you're doing a great job of it. But then it's just that moment where we just said last night.
Yeah. I didn't feel it moving Claire, at all yesterday. Like not even a tiny little bit.
And I think you sort of said to me a few times, should I, shouldn't I? I just can't, there's this reason why I should, and this reason why it's probably fine, and all of that. And then I just said to Claire, look, you're like, it's, just trust your body and trust what you're feeling. And just, if you go to the hospital and get a scan and they tell you like that, most likely scenarios that they'll say everything's fine, and then you can feel relaxed and calm and it's all good. And in the very unlikely scenario that something isn't all fine, then it's good to be there so that you can hopefully try to remedy the situation. So you went along last night, I had to say, with the Pops, the dog, the Pops.
The young popsicle.
Because we were hoping it would be.
Yeah, it was like more likely it's going to be fine. So Nina stayed at home, and I went off to the hospital, and it was amazing. No one else was there, which is like, when I went previously, it was a 10-hour wait. And I was in and out in half an hour. They checked the baby's heartbeat and like my vitals and everything was totally fine. And it was just such a relief. But the nurse was so beautiful, and like she was just so lovely. And she said it's really, really good not to ignore it, because she was like, this is great. It's a great outcome, but there's nothing wrong. She was like, we love that when that happens. But like, it can be not all good. So
yeah, if you're feeling that, just feel supported in your decision to go and get checked if you feel you need to get checked. I think a lot of people can feel guilty or, oh, I shouldn't worry and I'm just being silly. And it's just that thing of, who cares? Just if you feel that need, that's okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I had gone to the hospital.
You're doing it every night maybe, but
for sure.
Within reason.
If I had gone to the hospital when I had appendicitis instead of to a GP, not that I obviously didn't know that I did, but if I had just gone and trusted my instincts rather than going, I don't want to be dramatic about a sore belly. And it's sometimes there's a reason to be. Anyway, I
think it's important to acknowledge that your brother has suggested we have a live stream birth.
Yes. If anyone has any questions for us, we've kind of had a bit of a ramble amongst ourselves, but I'm gonna have a look through your comments, and if anyone has any questions for us about how things have been for either of us,
ask away.
Yeah, ask away.
And hello, we're very, Kane and Peter as well.
Very, very open books. Now I saw there was a
hello, Mama Sarah. I love it.
Are we taking bump shots? I know my dad took a bump shot.
They had a whole discussion about the lighting.
Yeah, I was like, oh, God, this is so full on. But yeah, there are some. And do you want to see it? Should I show it on the internet?
I should. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Is that the one that Peter took?
That's the one that Dad took.
It's a great shot.
I'm not wearing much. I know.
Bathing suit.
I'm in my bathing suit on the way to Aqua Bumps, and Dad was like, "Let me take a photo," and I was like, ugh, and he was like, "Fine," and I was like, "Fine."
We're glad you persisted.
We are, because it's nice to have. So that's. I should put this photo up on the thing, but that's Poppy. Oh, that's all you get. Oh,
you just have to make it live again.
So there's one. It's really happening.
I've got Poppy looking up at her. It's cute.
I've got a definite bump happening now, which is very nice.
I think that's a fantastic photo.
It's heaps good. Thank you, Dad, so much for taking that. Where are we? Yeah, Dylan's voting for a birth live stream. So we would do this.
Oh my lordy.
Will we get a birth vlog? Not vlog. Will we get a birth vlog? Does that mean live stream? Yeah.
Oh, is that about our thing? Is this a vlog?
I don't know. But yeah, so my brother is voting for a birth live stream. But at the hospital, and this is why we haven't filmed anything at the hospital. I was thinking we would be filming so much stuff at the hospital, but there's all these signs everywhere that are like, you can't film in here. And every time I go in for a scan, I'm like, so how solid are you on the you can't film in here?
Claire is always asking the question. I'm like, there's a sign.
There's a sign, but you never know when someone's gonna.
Every time she's like, so anyway,
I'm like,
how do you feel about that sign right there and that sign right there? And do you also go by that sign right there? They're like, yes, we do.
Yeah, they're like, I mean, it says to respect everyone's privacy. I'm like, I feel like if I'm giving birth and there's it's my vagina
privacy.
Yeah, but they're not getting their vagina out.
My lord.
Do you know what I mean? If I want to live stream my own birth, why can't I? That's what I want to know.
You just have to have a home birth.
That's true, and that's not going to happen for me.
Sarah.
It sounds so beautiful, but for someone
I will catch the baby in the moonlight.
Yeah, I believe that you could, but for somebody who has,
we'll be at the hospital.
We'll be at the hospital. My appendix nearly killed me. I'm not gonna risk it. If I survive that, I'm gonna let some baby kill me.
It's geriatric pregnancy after all.
Nina. Oh my gosh, this is getting hectic.
All right.
We need a nap. This is so incredible, right? At our last scan, the scan before last, 20-week scan, the guy that did the scan, are they called sonographers?
I think so.
The sonographer, if that's what they're called. He said that there's a baby in the neonatal intensive care unit then that was doing totally fine and was born at 21 weeks, which is like, it's so incredible.
Yeah.
24 weeks is viability. And I know a family that had a 24-week baby, and that baby is a teen. So it's like, it's incredible. And the
a friend of mine, I can't remember exactly, but it's around the sort of 20-something week. And that old friend of mine had their little baby, and they're doing very well.
Yeah.
Beautiful baby.
It's amazing.
I held the baby and it fell asleep on me.
It's so incredible. And when we had that scan and he was telling us about that baby, he said like the skin was translucent when it was born, and like
really
so full on, but so amazing. Like, and so for me, it felt like such a massive milestone.
Yeah.
Getting to that point of like, it could all be fine. Like, even if
we're finally believing that it would be okay.
Could be a baby in May or sooner if it comes sooner.
Oh, I thought you said in May, like,
oh, there's a baby in May.
I thought you were doing your like Burnside voice again.
Oh,
there's a baby in
so
May,
good.
and then my second trimester.
Yeah,
you were doing that.
My brother says that before was a really nice reenactment of me and Dad. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
That's because of years of acting training. It really paid off. Okay, beautiful. Home birth
vlog, not live.
Right. Yes.
Wouldn't put it past
Rules
us.
are meant to be broken. Home birth, home birth, home birth. We're getting a chant for a home birth.
That's a chant.
Marianne's niece was 27 weeks and she's 19 now. Isn't that just incredible?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So there you go. It's all happening. It's great.
Now, is there anything outstanding that we haven't mentioned? Any bills to pay?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so many bills. No. I keep forgetting about that stuff.
No, anything else that, because we did want to be quick and not,
and we've been
because we all know. Yeah, exactly. We were like, 15 minutes. So the fact that we haven't quite doubled that, astounding. Anything else?
I did want to ask people to subscribe to the channel.
Yes.
And to like this video. That would be great. Super helpful for us.
Is the Mixara's the 950?
Oh yeah, we just got to 950 subscribers, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely wild.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone
for
being here and for being along on the journey and sharing with us and letting us share with you. It's really special.
I did want to ask, like, if anyone has any resources, like I shared earlier, the Spinning Babies resource, and like I'm happy to share the classes that I've been going to. Maybe send me a message so I don't like put it on the internet. This is where I'll be at this time of day on this week. But yeah, I'm totally happy to share that. I think it's awesome.
I think
to share things, but I would love to know if anyone who's watching has any resources that they have found really helpful. Share them in the comments. It won't let you add links, but if you just write the name of whatever the thing is so that people can find it, and then maybe I can find it and I can add it in the description. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So people are suggesting that we do a vlog and reenact the birth.
Oh my goodness.
Which I think would be really something very special. And we could get the baby involved. That could be the baby's first gig.
Great.
And we could have a thing that if people like buy us a coffee or something, we'll give that money to the baby as its payment.
I think it's really, really admirable that you think that after giving birth you're going to want to do a full scene of giving birth. Do you reckon?
Well, it doesn't have to be immediately after, like probably not the following day
true.
or anything. Once I've had a chance to heal. Oh, Nina. Speaking of Ninas, thank you so much for being here, Nina. And thank you to everyone for being part of this. It's so bloody beautiful. My mum says Kirasara Yoga. Yeah, look that up.
She's the best.
She's an absolute bloody legend.
Yeah, I'm very lucky to have her in our lives.
Yeah, she has been. Yes, Mum. Kira has also been amazingly helpful. She sent me a video when I was first suffering from pain, and I do yoga stretches and stuff
Claire
with
will
her regularly. It's awesome.
Say sometimes when she's about to set herself up with her mat and whatever, and she's like, I'm gonna hang out with Kira. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And I sort of think of the time of day because they're in Germany, and also like, oh, is she free? And then Claire's like, no, I'm watching the video. Like, I'm watching this video again. Doing the exercises.
It's very helpful. So thank you so much, Kira. You're so good. Hey, baby, do that. Turn. Oh, yes. Direction for the
hey, baby, do that. Turn to what?
Do this.
Be cute. Cry. Stop crying. Good baby.
That's right.
That'll be my script.
Yes. So I don't know how many false endings this video has had, but we'll end it here. Thank you so much, everyone. You're a pack of bloody legends.
Love you all.
So much love.